Agribusiness brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Good morning and welcome to the show. We're at the 2012 Cattleman's Day here on the campus of Kansas State University, and we're joined by Jeff Baxter, thank you, with Merck. The relationship between what is now Merck and KLA, Kansas Livestock Association, goes way back. Tell us about that.
Well, you know, a lot of the folks that work with Merck Animal Health are involved in the cattle business. So it's a natural fit for us to work so closely with the Kansas Livestock Association. You know, one of the big things that we do with KLA is their Young Stockman's Academy.
And why is that so important to you guys?
You know, it's really about investing in the future, the next generation within this cattle industry. And so for us, this is just a natural fit for us to be able to support that next generation coming into production agriculture.
It's not necessarily trying to find new customers moving up, but I mean, there's a lot that goes on into running a successful beef business.
I think that's true, and I think one of the things that we're very interested in is that next set of leaders, okay, in this beef industry. So for us, you know, this application process for KLA's Young Stockman's Academy is very stringent. A lot of folks are submitting applications to be a part of this leadership program, and so for us, it's a great opportunity to help support that.
You finally got into the Young Stockman program.
Yes.
What does that mean, getting into that program?
Oh, it's huge for me, and I think for any young producer that has the opportunity to apply in the future. KLA's been big about getting the youth involved to understand the leadership abilities that we can possess to bring our industry forward, and then also being networked to those that have been successful in KLA and leadership, and understanding how can we be more involved. So it's been huge to be surrounded by professionals.
The process of applying, you applied once before, didn't make it in, so it's got to be kind of tough. Walk us through that.
Yeah, it's competitive. A lot of people are realizing the value of it. The process is filling out an application, and of course saying your name and what you do in the industry, but also then saying what are your goals for your career? How are you trying to achieve them now? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? I mean, they're really pushing you to make sure they're trying to get the cream of the crop. Second time through, I guess I made it.
Agribusiness brought to you by Briggs Dodge Business Link. We keep your business rolling.
Yeah, I think earlier we were talking off camera, you said 40 had applied, 20 got in.
Yes.
Is that changing, you think, in the last several years? More people applying?
Yes, there has been, and I think one of the drivers on that is just the success of the program. You know, we start off in February with that new class, and they start off with some legislative focus in Topeka. Then they come to Kansas City and they have more of a focus on the consumer. And that really plays nicely with some of our products like Zomax and our Reveler implants, because we're all about traditional beef production with these types of products that help us produce more with less. And this gives maybe more of an insight into how our products help produce that end product. And so they have activities like visiting companies like Cisco, who is a food service company, Kansas City Steak Company, Whole Foods, just seeing what's behind the scenes at some of those organizations and getting closer to the consumer.
Is this your first step in creating a great business? I mean, it's because I think you probably want to be in the cattle industry or you wouldn't be doing what you're doing. Is this the first step to creating a great business?
Absolutely. I come from a cow-calf and background or operation, and so there's different aspects I need to be aware of as a business person to make us be successful. KLA has been great with this Young Stockman's Academy and understanding the financial side of it, the legislative part of it. We got to be at the legislative session for our last KLA meeting, and understanding how can I influence my business in several different levels, and understanding how KLA helps elevate all of us cattlemen to do that here in Kansas.
It's no secret, Jeff. I mean, there are fewer hooves on the ground than there probably ever has been, and probably in the last 20 years. The industry has to do more with less, and science is helping them do that.
Yeah, I mean, we have carcass weights that are quite a bit higher than what they have been in the past, and the reason is we're able to do that production more efficiently, and our products play a role in that. From my perspective, with the products that I manage, cattle vaccines impact that overall health of the herd and the cattle population, and thus allow us to be able to utilize some of these production type products.
What about young people? Is it an industry that people are shying away from, or are they kind of coming back into it now?
You know, I think they're coming back into it, and that's the really exciting part, and being more aggressive and professional, businessmen than ever. And that's what we're really excited about, is to be bringing in the youth, and then having KLA through Young Stockman's Academy supply us with tools and resources to help us be more successful. Yeah, I think it's growing, and really excited to see KLA supporting them to be successful.
Looking at the industry, no one gets beat up more than the beef industry, and for whatever reason we get picked on. Do you see that continuing? Do you see that trend continuing? Because I mean, farmers are now opening their doors and saying, come look at what we're doing.
Yeah, I think probably one of the things that we're going to see moving forward is a population that's going to understand more about what we do and why that's so important for us to be able to produce a healthy, wholesome product for the consumer. I think the great thing about this Young Stockman's Academy is we're helping build advocates for that. Right. We're helping arm these folks with information that helps them tell the real story about production agriculture and puts us in a very positive light.
Perfect. Jeff, thank you for your time. It's very nice to meet you.
You bet.